Most industrial and commercial undertakings realize the importance of an adequate first aid firefighting plan. And this means that those extinguishers which you see around you, particularly at your place of employment, have been provided for your protection. Therefore, you should know how to operate them efficiently and recognize the type of fire you might be called upon to tackle. Fire falls into three main categories. Class A, involving freely burning materials such as wood, paper, cloth, or soft furnishings. Class B, these involve flammable liquids such as petrol, oil, solvents, grease, paint, etc. Class C, which are those involving flammable gases, including industrial and bottled gases and town and natural gases. Operating instructions are printed on each extinguisher, but those fitted with positive discharge control all work in the same manner. Simply seize the right extinguisher, pull out the pin, and squeeze. In other words, you simply squeeze that fire out. This is a typical Class A fire. It comprises mostly wood shavings and cardboard, but it could have involved any number of free burning materials, such as wood, paper, cloth, or soft furnishings. Because it acts as a cooling agent, lowering the temperature of the fire to a point where it will no longer burn, Class A fires can be fought with water using either an extinguisher or the more powerful water jet provided by fixed-type water hose reels. Easily operated, these are usually sited where localized fire risks are too extensive to be covered by portable fire extinguishers. Fitted with a simple every-way roller device, it is possible for 36 meters or 150 feet of hose to be run out without hindrance in any direction. The twist grip control nozzle gives the operator the choice of spray only for damping down, combined jet and spray to provide a heat shield, or jet only for maximum firefighting effort. This simulated Class A fire, involving wooden furniture, is similar to any which might occur in a loading or storage bay. The demonstrator, having first opened the water control valve, is using both spray and jet. But note particularly that when the fire starts to spread vertically, he brings it under control by concentrating the main water attack to the base of the fire. To fight those fires which cannot be fought with water, the Chubb range includes foam extinguishers. These have cream containers, dry powder extinguishers, which have blue containers, CO2 gas extinguishers in black containers, and vaporizing liquids such as BCF. These are usually in green containers. Some extinguishers are designed to provide a discharge under pressure from a CO2 gas cartridge fitted within the container. After use, the spent cartridge is easily removed and a new one quickly screwed into position. Because of their excellent sealant qualities, a triple F fluorofilm, plus F fluoroprotein, and standard protein foams are most effective against Class B fires. The larger types of trolley-mounted foam units are made operational by pulling out the safety pin, squeezing down the lever, and then locking this off in the stirrup clip provided. The fixed nozzle has a simple push-pull operation, controlling the foam discharge over a distance of 11 meters or 40 feet without loss of efficiency. When fighting larger Class B fires, a two-man operation of the foam trolley unit affords greater maneuverability, and by aiming the foam beyond the eye of the fire, it allows it to build up and float back over the surface of the blazing liquid, sealing it off. Do not direct it into the liquid. since the discharge will merely drive the foam below the surface, thus rendering its purpose ineffective. As is well illustrated, when correctly applied, foam will progressively smother quite large areas of flame. Against Class B and C fires generally, and those fires involving electrical apparatus or delicate machinery such as computers, the ideal extinguishing agent is CO2 gas. In this supposed workshop situation, a CO2 extinguisher is used to kill an enclosed electrical fire. So far, we have seen that when fighting Class A fires, the most effective extinguishing agent to use is water. Water extinguishers have red containers. Against Class B fires, and because of its special sealant qualities, the ideal firefighting medium is foam. Foam extinguishers have cream containers. Whilst against Class B and C fires generally, and those involving electrical hazards and delicate machinery, an effective extinguishing agent is CO2 gas. CO2 extinguishers have black containers. Now let us consider all-purpose dry powder. Here seen in use against a Class B fire. The powder sweeps over the blazing area, driving the flames away from the operator until they are extinguished. And in this further demonstration, the speed with which dry powder can extinguish quite extensive petrol spill fires is effectively illustrated. Dry powder can also be used against fires involving live electrical apparatus and against Class A fires in the early stages. As already stated, a great many fires are caused by carelessness. Here is another example. A welder operates his blowtorch without thought. The sparks fly, and then suddenly, fire. But because he knows where the right extinguisher is sited and how to use it, the mechanic is able to prevent the incident from developing into a large and expensive fire. Dry powder extinguishers, which can be used to fight fires in all three main categories, are easily identified by their blue containers. Finally, and for use against any fire except Class A fires, we have vaporizing liquids such as BCF. BCF extinguishers are usually in green containers. So once again we meet up with our fire-prone machine shop worker, and this time it looks as if he is about to have trouble with some oil-impregnated rags which have caught fire. But again he is equal to the occasion and quickly puts out the fire using an extinguisher charged with BCF vaporizing liquid. This smaller type of BCF extinguisher has been specially designed for carrying in motor vehicles. But when dealing with a fire in the engine compartment, it is advisable to keep the bonnet as low as possible when tackling the first impact of the fire. Only when the fire is out should the bonnet be raised and a final inspection carried out. A larger type of this BCF extinguisher provides the greater and faster firefighting capability which heavy transport requires. This has controllable discharge and, like the smaller version, is easily operated with one hand. Somewhat naturally, the demonstrations shown so far have been carried out by experienced operators. But now meet two young ladies who have never before used a portable fire extinguisher, but who have volunteered to have a go at putting out two tray fires. Following a brief explanation from an expert, the first girl steps up and, despite a strong wind, uses a dry powder extinguisher to put out a blazing petrol fire in one simple operation. The second girl uses a foam extinguisher with plunger action and, as instructed, allows the foam to float back over the blazing surface to form an effective seal. Again, she finds the operation easy and effective. In any business, large or small, the investment risk is sufficient to warrant the provision of a first aid firefighting plan. And portable fire extinguishers bring a new understanding to the vital role played by ordinary men and women in both industrial and commercial undertakings, enabling them to deal, in its early stages, with any outbreak of fire. As, for example, on petrol pump forecourts and in garages, in hotels, guest houses, schools, and residential establishments of every kind. On board ship and in hospitals. As we have shown, portable fire extinguishers are easy to use. With most of those in the Chubb fire range, you simply seize the right extinguisher, pull out the pin, and squeeze. This action controls the jet from the extinguisher, which can be stopped and restarted just as often as the emergency dictates. So remember these facts because they are important, and think. Confronted with a fire situation, would you know where the nearest fire extinguisher was situated and how to use it? Because in those first few vital seconds, it will be all up to you.